Hello and welcome to this week's Did You Know? Today I am going to be showing you a change to our menu hierarchy in the portal that will be coming to a browser near you. Over the years we've had a number of requests to provide quicker access to some of our newer and older features, and whilst looking at that we felt it was the right time to review our menu structure to better collate and group functionality together, but also to better reflect the broader context that the ticketer system now operates within and supports. Whilst the functions themselves have not changed, the way in which we'll access them will, and we recognise that change can be disruptive. So I am pleased to present you an early preview of this new menu hierarchy before it goes live. So the first thing you'll observe is the top line menu is different. Fare management has been replaced by the broader setup menu, which integrates both the elements that were within fare management, such as services and tickets, but also with the device configuration options that were previously within the assets menu. Tracking is no longer a top-line menu item, but has been integrated into our new operations menu. And reports has changed and has a few new bedfellows where we've integrated access to the BODS option and the Siri feeds. So we'll start now by going through each of the menu headings to preview the new structure. First of all, we'll look at the ones that have not changed. The two ends, home and support. These two functions operate exactly the same as they did before, so we won't go into them in any more detail. Moving on to the first new menu item, transactions. This replaces the old ticket sales menu, which is now a sub-menu within this one, as you can see here. This menu is also where you would see failed transactions, issued coupons, and QR hotlists if these functions were enabled on your portal. If you're wondering what those are, we will feature those in a forthcoming Did You Know? Watch this space, as they say. Once you click onto ticket sales, then as you'll see, everything else is familiar. So once again, the functions have not changed, it's merely the way you access them that will be different. If we move on to the next menu, trips, although that's titled the same, there are some subtle differences here to highlight. The first is the top line menu is no longer clickable. Instead, to get to the list of trips, you need to click on the trips list function as you see here. The reason for this is that by having these functions as submenus and not clickable at the top level, this means that the new menu can be equally usable on both touchscreens as they are on PCs. So if you're using a tablet or a phone, this should be a welcome addition. The menu and service occupancy menu items for those users of our passenger counting feature have been moved to the operations menu. Instead, as you will see here, cancellations and annotations have been promoted to their own menu items as opposed to only being accessible from a button on the trips grid. As mentioned, we have moved tracking to within the operations menu, as well as the metro page and service occupancy. We have recently been building up functionality that will fit under our operations menu, and so you will see extensions to this happening shortly. Moving on to messaging. The messaging menu has largely stayed the same, except that the top line menu item is no longer leads to its own page. Instead, it is necessary to access the sub-menu items individually. The setup menu may appear like a new menu, but is merely the old trusty fare management menu with a new name. As the ticketer system has evolved, the menu items in here were no longer only focused on setting up tickets, services and fares, but encapsulated other features such as timetables or traffic light priority geofences and more. And so the new name reflects the wider remit. At the same time, we have moved the device configuration options from within the assets menu into here, as you can see. Speaking of assets, there are a couple of changes here to note. The first is that for users of our vehicle checklist feature, the vehicle checklists are now accessible directly from the vehicles menu, with the vehicles list being accessed from the fleet list menu item, as you can see. In addition, to minimize the number of menu items across the top, we have moved portal users to this assets menu. And the final menu option to discuss is the reports and data menu. We have added our support for BODs to this menu, as well as being able to provide direct access to the list of Siri feeds that you may have set up for your operation. But that's not all. For the more observant ones amongst you, you may have spotted this search icon on the left-hand side. This is a portal-wide search facility that can be used to jump to any entity in the system. If I type in single on this element here, then the system will list all of the single tickets that have been defined in this portal. And I can click on any one of those to jump directly to that ticket. If, for example, I was to type in 101, then what the system's telling me here is that I can actually access a duty, driver duty, or a fare stage that has the text 101 in the string name. It's essentially a quick way to navigate to anything in the system by just typing in the name in that top left-hand corner. So that's it in a nutshell. Thank you for viewing this short preview of some changes to come. This will be activated in the next couple of weeks for everyone. In the meantime, if you'd like to use this before then, please contact our support team who will be more than happy to turn this on for you. Thank you and goodbye.